Hey, what's going on? I'm KR Moore, and today we're gonna mix and master a song. All right, so I've actually mixed this song already and did a recording of it. I think I had the settings all messed up or something. It just kept freezing halfway through the recording. So this is my second attempt at it, and I'm mixing this one for a friend of mine. He used to be a co-op student at the studio that I used to work out of. So he produced a song for a classmate of his. He's actually in school for engineering now, and he asked if I could mix it for him. So I figured, why not do that and make a video of it. So here we are. So what I like to do first and foremost, I'm just gonna go ahead and organize all these tracks into their folders and label them, and then I'm gonna route everything. You'll see how I like to do that. So this is a template that I've been using for probably like the past 16 or 17 years. I've had this particular template. Plugins kind of come in and out. They cycle in and out of your templates. But for the most part, the structure pretty much remains the same. So my color scheme pretty much remains the same. My labeling, bus routing for the most part stayed the same. But once you got something that you know, it makes it easier for you to work once you have that template, because you know exactly what you're looking for, what colors are what, and it's easier to find things. So these are all my drums, and I'm gonna further organize these by separating all my percussions and effects and things of that nature. So all my cymbals, all my hi-hats, all my percussions, I like to keep those in a separate folder and run them through a bus. And then that bus runs back to my drum bus, and then my drum bus runs back to my music bus. And these are all my melodical instruments here. And I'm gonna further organize those by separating my bass. So now that I have everything organized, I like to start with my instrumentals. So let's get the drums in their right place first, and then I'll move on to the next thing. All right, so I'm gonna bring everything else down, mute the vocals for now, and let's get my drums. Now you could do whatever you like when it comes to your mixes. I like to start off at least hitting -10 on my meters when it comes to my kick, and then I build from there. I'm gonna be looking over here to see what that's saying, so you can focus your attention there and see what it says as well. It's -10, so I start off with it there, and then I'll surround it with all my other instruments. So let's go to my sub kick and bring that in. So the rim is probably gonna be somewhere where I like it as well. So actually see where my rolls are sitting down. I think I'm gonna want to level these out a bit more. So I'm gonna run them all through a bus. And I'm gonna add a compressor to it. One of my go-tos is the Axe compressor from Renaissance plugins from Waves Audio, the Renaissance Axe. So I'm gonna throw that on here to give everything a little boost. Nice. I'll just pull my bus down a bit, and all my other rolls more or less should kind of fall in line. Bring them up and see. I don't want it to overpower the song, but I definitely wanted to make a statement when it comes in. Nice. I'll adjust those as we go along. Sounding pretty good so far. Next, let's go ahead and bring in our percussions. Let's hear this riser as well. Okay, let's see what percussion 2 is. Perc 3. Give this a little gain. Sometimes it helps to just like over exaggerate the level a little bit, so you can hear what it is, and then just pull it back to where you want it. This is reverse snare 2. Nice. So let's throw the tag in here so everyone knows who the producer is. Nice. Once I get my drums to a good place, I normally go to my bass. So let's see what the bass is saying. We're going to start with that sub bass. See where that's sitting at. Sometimes there are basses that have like stereo information on the top end of the bass. I don't know if you've ever heard that, but I'm actually going to check out a plugin that I've been meaning to check out. Bass lane. Put that in here. And I think that kind of does exactly what I was just describing. So let's hear that. You could hear how that upper harmonics of that bass is just opening up. Push this up a little bit more. I think this is like the free version, so I'm not really sure what the pro version does, but I'm intrigued. I might go check out the pro version. Add a little bit of compression on here. Hear my respace. Let's add a little bit of saturation. Sounds good. I like that. You could hear that upper harmonics again from the Reese opening up more from that bass lane plugin. Let's hear the log drums. Ooh. Let's hear the second log drum. Let's add a slight distortion to those log drums. Nothing too crazy. Start off here. Let's do the same thing to the second one. Yeah. All right. So I've gone ahead and re-exported all the vocals. So yeah, now I'm going to just go through and do my vocal processing, my mix bus processing, and then some mastering so you guys can see. Okay. So these are my delay tracks from the previous mix I was working on. I'm going to move those. And this is my chops as well. I'm going to keep those up here. I'm going to keep these delay tracks and I'm going to throw my delay effects on here. So I will make my tweaks here. I want this one to stay at quarter and then I'll do one that's at half. Let's bring the feedback down to about 40. And I'm going to bring my wet dry to about, let's say 30 for now. Let's bring this low pass down a bit. All right. And then I'm going to copy this to my second delay track. And I'm going to switch this one to a half note. Guess I'll keep these here just so I could kind of get an idea of where I had delays before. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, I like my delays to be very specific and I want them to hit a certain way. So I like to even splice where there's like a syllable or something. So let me just play things back and see what everything sounds like in context and we'll beef it up a bit.
I've never seen a God like you, who can love me like you do. I've never seen a God like you.
So yeah, right off the bat, I want to add a splash of reverb on this. See where my send is. Let's bring this up a little bit.
I've never seen a God like you, who can love me like you do.
Nice, long, lush reverb, but I don't want it to get in the way, so let me just add a little bit of pre-delay.
I've never seen a God like you.
And maybe even shorten the tail slightly. Let's go 2.5.
I've never seen a God like you.
And next, I want to make sure that I'm side chaining my vocals to my reverb bus. So every time the vocals comes in, it's going to duck the reverb out the way.
I've never seen a God like you, who can love me like you do. I've never seen a God like you. Jah, your mercy's ever sure. And even when I'm at crossroads, your love points me where.
Let's add some delay as well.
I've never seen a God like you, who can love me like you do. I've never seen a God.
Let's run my delay through my reverb bus.
I've never seen a God like you, who can love me like you do. I've never seen a God like you. Jah, your mercy's ever sure.
It's a doubler effect that I have on here as well. I'm going to throw that on the background vocals.
I've never seen a God like you, who can love me like you do.
And let's throw these delays back in. So I know I got one right here on you.
I've never seen a God like you.
Nice. Maybe just splash a little less reverb overall. Nice. All right, let's keep that going.
Like you, who can love me like you do. I've never seen a God like you. Jah, your mercy's ever sure. And even when I'm like you, who can love me like you, who can love me like you do. You, who can love me like you do. I've never seen a God like you. Jah, your mercy's ever sure. And even when I'm at crossroads, your love points me where I go. I've never seen.
This one was a half note delay. You can see that the splice I did was a little longer here. Same thing here. Just bring this back up slightly.
I've never seen a God like you, who can love me like you do. I've never seen a God like you. Jah, your mercy's ever sure. And even when I'm at crossroads, your love points me where I go. I've never seen.
All my doubles.
Come in the name of Jesus, we get invoiced, the enemy no fit steal us. I'm sold out, I'm premium blood in a flip-flop. I'm bold, I could get anything that I ask of. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We get invoiced, the enemy. I mean, I heal the sick now. Blessed because I come.
So I had some chops in here. My volume fade still there, but I just want to add back these pans in here.
I mean, I heal the sick now. Blessed because blessed because I come in the name of Jesus.
I think let's turn the reverb down when we get to the rap.
Cover me, make us the first time that I recognized your warmth and your care, the peace that you give is total. I was out of my mind. I did nothing to find you, but I looked and you found me, God. I don't know why. Your heart is the greatest, and you made me in your image. I'm like Christ.
Very cool. Sounding good. I think I need some compression on my vocals, so let's do that one right now. I'll go with the RVox.
Cover me, make us the first time that I recognized Your warmth and your care, the peace that you give is total. I was out of my mind.
Let's do some vocal processing quickly. I'm gonna clean up my vocals here.
I've never seen a God like you, who can love me like you do. I've never seen a God like you. Jah, your mercy's ever sure. And even when I'm at crossroads, your love points me where I go. I've never seen, I've never seen, I've never seen, I've never seen, oh. Conversations with your spirit, he reminds me that I'm yours. He says that I'm redeemed, and now my boat has sailed ashore. I know feet by you, and I know feet drown, oh. The peace I feel when you step in, it's amazing, it's amazing. Oremi, Eledami, you there for me, make I tell everybody. Oremi, Eledami, cover me, make I see no enemy. Oremi, Eledami.
This dynamic EQ I like to use to kind of smooth out some of those harsh frequencies that just pop out at you sometimes.
I've never seen a God like you, who can love me like you do. I've never seen a God like you. Jah, your mercy's ever sure. And even when I'm at crossroads,
There's still a couple delays right here.
Recognize your time that I recognize. Your warmth and your care, the peace that you give is total. I was out of my mind. The first time that I recognize your warmth and your care, the peace that you give is total. I was out of my mind.
Right, let's add that auto tune. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to put on some auto tune on these vocals. Let me just double check and make sure everything is good. So I got the auto tune 11 running here. Let's see what it sounds like.
I've never seen a God like.
Now I know these settings seem pretty crazy, but this is what I do when I want to get like a nice, clean, modern sound. I put the speed up and I kind of use the flex tune to see how much I want to do. Or sometimes I back the speed off if it's a more natural singer sound that I want. I like this particular sound here.
I've never seen a God like you, who can love me like you do. I've never seen a God like you. Jah, your mercy's ever sure. And even when I'm at crossroads.
So you can hear it's still very nice, very clean, very natural sounding, even though that my retune speed is like on steroids or something.
I've never seen a God like you, who can love me like you do. I've never seen a God like you. Jah, your mercy's ever sure. And even when I'm at crossroads, your love points me where I go. I've never seen, I've never seen, I've never seen, I've never seen, oh. Conversations with.
Cool. So now that I got auto tune on everything, I think that might be all we need for the mix. And at this point, I like to do some mix bus processing.
I've never seen a God like you, who can love me like you do. I've never seen a God like you. Jah, your mercy's ever sure. And even when I'm.
I want to actually bring the vocals down a bit more.
I've never seen a God like you, who can love me like you do. I've never seen a God like you. Jah, your mercy's ever sure. And even when I'm at crossroads, your love points me where I go. I've never seen, I've never seen, I've never seen, I've never seen, oh. Conversations with your spirit, he reminds me that I'm yours.
Sounding pretty good. So I do everything off of presets. If I do something and I like how it sounds and I think I can use it again, I save a preset for it. And yeah, for the most part, when I'm doing a mix and or master, I just drop my presets for everything. And then I'll tweak from there once I get it to where I want to. So in this case, I'm doing my mix bus. So I got my mix bus inserts here. So I'm gonna go over to my buses, and this is my mix bus. I want that to go above my dynamic EQ.
Look at me now, I'm like.
So I'm gonna go in here and make some tweaks. Turn these all off, get this one back on.
Look at me now, I'm like Christ.
Now as I'm going along, I'm always trying to make sure that my mix isn't building up too much harshness.
Look at me now, I'm like Christ, I heal the sick now. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We getting voice, the enemy no fit steal us. I'm sold out, I'm premium blood in a flip-flop. I'm bold, I could get anything that I ask of. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We get voice, the enemy no fi steal us. I'm sold out, I'm premium blood in a flip-flop. I'm bold, I could get anything that I ask of.
You give lavish.
So these are Wave C1 compressor. I like to use these to help me control and tame the harshness of the mix. So basically I just switch this to band pass mode, and I use a preset called high frequency limiter. Switch that to band, and then I choose the specific frequencies that I'm having the most problem with, and I'm dialing this in at 3600 hertz, 3 kilohertz, and then I switch it to band pass.
Now, blessed because I come in the name of Jesus.
If I over exaggerate it, you'll hear.
Look at me now, I'm like Christ, I heal the sick now. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We getting voice to you.
And then I have another one right after it. That's really just focused on everything top end that I don't want to get out of hand.
Now, blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We getting voice to the enemy. I'm sold out,
Again, if I exaggerate.
Look at me now, I'm like Christ, I heal the sick now. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We getting voice to the enemy.
It just gets really dull, right? So it just kind of tames the top end and when it gets offensive. So that's why I'm using that there. And because I am taking off some of the top end off the overall mix, once I find a sweet spot, I kind of open the mix back up slightly with this EQ. And then once again, I'm adding another limiter.
Look at me now, I'm like Christ, I heal the sick now.
Now this plugin I really love. This is Bass Room from Mastering the Mix. Now before I started using this plugin, what I would do, I would use like a multi-band compressor, and I would kind of dial all my settings in, just trying to focus solely on my bottom end. So this more or less was doing the same thing, just not as well. I could solo each section.
Now, blessed voice the enemy no fist.
And then I would dial in how much of each section I would want to come through with my mix, just to kind of really shape my bottom end. And then they came out with this plugin, and I was like, this is exactly what I was looking for.
Look at me now. Now, the name of Jesus.
And once you start to work like this and shape the bottom end, you'll realize how much your mixes start to open up and really become clear. They'll give you presets that you can work off of. I just listen and hear the way I want it to sound, and I'll just go with that. But they do have presets, and that's what these lines represent, what the presets are. So you basically follow the preset. It would sound like this.
Look at me now, I'm like Christ, I heal the sick now.
Like even that, you could hear how much it opens up. But I'm gonna tweak it a little bit. I don't want it right there.
Look at me now, I'm like Christ, I heal the sick now. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We getting voice, the enemy no fit steal us. I'm sold out, I'm premium blood in a flip-flop. I'm bold, I could get anything that I ask of. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We getting voice, the enemy no fit steal us.
And then I'll move on to my master bus. But first I want to roll off again, come back and roll off. It might be a little bit redundant, but roll off some of the bottom end, clean out the sides a bit.
Look at me now, I'm like Christ, I heal the sick now. Blessed because I come in the name. Blood in a flip-flop.
So what I did was solo the low cut filter that I had. I just soloed that. So what you were hearing after I switched it to sides was all the bottom end info that I was cutting out of the sides. So this.
Look at me now, I'm like Christ, I heal the sick now. Blessed because I come.
That sounded really good already. So now for my stereo imaging, I just like to go with an exciter, a multi-band exciter. I'm on Ozone 9 still, and it works great. All right, so let's go find some areas that I want to split up, and I'm working on my sides here. And I want to go with tape. You can use any one that you like, however you want it to sound. And I'm just gonna push the sides up a bit.
Look at me now, I'm like Christ, I heal the sick now. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We getting voice, the enemy no fit steal us.
You just make it sound a lot bigger without having to use an imager. It sounds a lot cleaner, in my opinion, and more professional, if you ask me. So anyways, that is how I do my stereo imaging. And then now I'm going to pull in my master bus processing preset. And that basically is just my limiter and my levels, my meter, my levels meter. That's also for mastering from the mix. And then from isotope, again, I got my tonal balance control just for reference. Still, if there's a record that the client would want you to reference or refer to, yeah, you would do that, yeah. Now this kind of helps me shape the tonality of the entire mix. So I'm going to add an ozone EQ, and I'm just going to throw that right before my TDR again as well. Just in case I need to add some more bottom, it will just be rolling off what I don't need. And I'll select that over here. And if you focus on this EQ, I can actually remotely access and move this around. There you go. So I'm going to go with the modern setting today. That's what I want to reference. I'm gonna play back.
Look at me now, I'm like Christ, I mean I heal the sick now. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We get invoiced the enemy.
First thing I want to do, I want to solo my bottom end and set my crossover. Basically, I just want to hear only the bottom end and nothing else when I set the crossover. I just want to get to the level that I want to hear. And whether it's distorted or not, I just want to get there, and then we'll work on the problems after.
Look at me now, I'm like Christ, I mean I heal the sick now. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We get invoiced the enemy, no fit steal us. I'm sold out, I'm premium blood in a flip-flop. I'm bold, I could get anything that I ask of. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We get invoiced the enemy, no fit steal us. I'm sold out, I'm premium blood in a flip-flop. I'm bold, I could get anything that I ask of. You give lavish, you're intentional. Cash when which I live.
That sounds good already. I could hear a little bit of distortion, but again, we're going to work on that.
Look at me now, I'm like Christ, I mean I heal the sick now. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We get invoiced the enemy, no fit steal us. I'm sold out, I'm premium blood in a flip-flop. I'm bold, I could get anything that I ask of. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We get invoiced the enemy, no fit steal us. I'm sold out, I'm premium blood in a flip-flop. I'm bold, I could get anything that I ask of. You give lavish, you're intentional. Cash in which I live.
That sounds amazing. I love how the balance is sounding right now, but I just want to give the vocals a little bit more presence, or just to sit more top of the mix slightly. And instead of turning everything down, what I like to do is use a plugin called Track Spacer. This is especially handy if you only have a 2-track mix to work with. In this case, I have the stems, so I'm grateful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sidechain this to my lead vocal bus. And every time the lead vocals comes in, what it's going to do is just push the instrumental down slightly so that the vocals at all times will remain intelligible.
Look at me now, I'm like Christ, I mean I heal the sick now. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We get invoiced the enemy, no fit steal us. I'm sold out, I'm premium blood in a flip-flop. I'm bold, I could get anything that I ask of. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We get invoiced the enemy, no fit steal us. I'm sold out, I'm premium blood in a flip-flop. I'm bold, I could get anything that I ask of. You give lavish, you're intentional. Cash in which I live, covering of my soul. You give lavishly, unconditional. Cash in which I live. Look at me now, I'm like Christ, I mean I heal the sick now. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We get invoiced the enemy, no fit steal us. I'm sold out, I'm premium blood in a flip-flop. I'm bold, I could get it. And let them cover me, make us the first time that I recognized your warmth and your care, the peace that you give is total. I was out of my mind. I did nothing to find you, but I looked and you found me, God. I don't know why. Your heart is the greatest, and
you can see that when the vocals are playing. Actually, let me sidechain these background vocals as well when they come in. And you can see the vocals are attenuating the music based on the frequencies that it's detecting.
And let them cover me, make us the first time that I recognized your warmth and your care, the peace that you give.
So let me double check again my levels one last time to see where I am and see what adjustments I need to make. I normally like to get at least minus 8.4, 8.5 of dynamic range.
And let them cover me, make us the first time that I recognized your warmth and your care, the peace that you give is total. I was out of my mind. I did nothing to find you, but I looked and you found me, God. I don't know why. Your heart is the greatest, and you made me in your image. I'm like Christ. Look at me now, I'm like Christ. I mean, I heal the sick now. Blessed because I come in the name of Jesus. We getting voice, the enemy no fit steal us. I'm sold out, I'm premium.
Like, I'm happy with that. That's good to me. It doesn't need to be extremely loud, depending on the genre. If it's dance music, you may want to push it a bit more. But even then, I try to have some sort of dynamic range in there, just so the music still have dynamics to it. You know what I mean? From the quiet to the loudest parts. Anyways, that's the video. That's the end of the master. That's how I like to do it. Let me just play a little bit of it for you, and we'll wrap up the video.
I've never seen a God like you, who can love me like you do. I've never seen a God like you, Jah, your mercy's ever sure. And even when I'm at crossroads, your love points me where I go. I've never seen, oh, conversations with your spirit. He reminds me that I'm yours. He says that I'm redeemed.
Well, that's it for the video. Thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me. I'm KR Moore, and if you like this type of content, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can know when I drop another one, and you can come hang out again with me. Until next time, stay creative.